100 gram.
Okay, so first question is, tell us your name.
I am the Artist Jade. Yeah.
The Artist Jade. Okay,
Yes.
so tell us, you telling me that name, tell us something behind that name. Where did where does that come from, and how did you come up with it?
All right. I am a visual artist and entrepreneur. That's the best way to sum it up because I do a few other things as well, like sing and songwrite. But my name comes just from who I truly am, like an artist, an all-around artist, like a multi-talented artist. Yeah.
All right, so where are you from?
I'm from the Fifth Ward of New Orleans. I'm from the Fifth Ward of New Orleans. Yeah.
So from the Fifth Ward, how was it growing up in the Fifth Ward? Tell us a little bit about your childhood.
It was really great growing up in the Fifth Ward. I mean, it has its challenges because I'm really from like the neighborhood, like not an outskirt. And I feel like I went through everything that maybe a traditional ghetto hood child grew up in. But the beauty of my childhood was that I have parents that got me out of my environment. Like I was always into extracurricular activities, whether that was sports, art, literally anything that was outside of my neighborhood, I was doing. So my summers, I was traveling as a kid. From the age of 7 and up, I was working out every single day and traveling on the weekends because I had track meets and I had other things going on. So, like I said, I went through hood stuff, but it was pretty great.
All right, so just off of what you just said about how you had been kind of a multicultural growing up, so you seen things outside New Orleans, but you also knew the hood of New Orleans. Right? So give us both sides of that. So what did you learn from both sides? What did you learn from being able to go out and have your parents help you go and see new things and get into things versus also growing up and coming home and seeing the things that you see?
I learned balance, if anything, and I learned how to navigate through life. Growing up in the Fifth Ward, I saw a lot of things. Like I definitely saw everything that you're not supposed to see. Like I saw a body like in front of my house. You know what I'm saying? Like brains out. So I'm not sugarcoating my experiences, but I didn't see that every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the honest truth. But I definitely saw like, you got your drugs, you got violence, domestic violence, you have all type of, everything that you would see in a neighborhood. But then the beauty of it is leaving and then I'm going, my elementary school, it was pretty much like a hippie school. So I'm visiting museums. I'm going to the New Orleans Museum of Art at the age of like 7 because I was in a gifted art class. So it's like, I'm getting experiences, high level experiences at a young age, which just transformed my mind because I knew that my environment, I didn't even look at it like I'm gonna be here. Like I knew I was not gonna be there. Like sadly some of the other people, but it's because of, I think that it's nothing but God, but it's also because of the foresight that my parents have and the insight that they know that they instilled in not just me, but my siblings as well. So I think from it, I just have a balance, like a natural balance to navigate through life.
All right, so you keep mentioning your parents, and that was something about our next question. So you did grow up with both of your parents?
Yes, I grew up with both parents. They are still married, but I think when people hear that, they just think perfection. And what I will say is that if I could use one word to describe my parents, just growing up with both parents is strength and perseverance. And people could draw the lines and see, because in relationships, it's not easy. It's not easy raising children and navigating your own life. So, but they are both two very strong individuals, and I'm just proud of what they produced. Yeah.
So what did you do after high school?
After high school, I went to Southern University, and I walked on as an athlete at Southern University, a track and field athlete, and I gained a scholarship, I also continued to pursue art. So I was a fine arts major. So I was pretty much, I don't want to say doing what I wanted to do, but pursuing my passion. Like, I'm creating every single day, and I'm also being an athlete. What I want is what I wanted to be, you know. So yeah, it was great.
Track star.
Slightly.
Okay, so you say you wanted to do that sport, and also you were chasing the arts that you wanted to do as well. So what actually drew you into that direction of art or being an artist, a multicultural artist that you see?
So once going back to my childhood, I guess my parents, they say like they noticed me drawing or noticed me like doodling and stuff like that as a young kid. So New Orleans has this, I don't know if they still have it, but this program called TAV, and it's called Talented in Visual Arts. And I was tested in, I think, first grade, and I guess I made it. And then each year I just was always placed in like a gifted class for art, and I just continued to pursue it throughout middle school, throughout high school, and till now, I'm a professional artist. But it's something that just always, it's hard to explain it, but it's like I just always knew that, or I didn't want to do nothing else. Like I didn't want to do anything else. Like I just knew I want to do this. Like I love creating. I just love being a, all-around creative.
So I just got a question off of that, just from hearing you talk. From what you stated about just the perseverance of like your parents, do you feel like you get that perseverance from what you're doing with your art, from growing up and seeing that as well?
Yes. I feel like I get that. I have that perseverance from my experiences, but also being a Black woman, in America, just period, you kind of develop that, I think, especially on my journey. On my journey, I feel like I developed that naturally from what was instilled in me, but also I had to figure it out on my own as well, Yeah.
So do you feel any pressure from coming up? Well, before I even go to that question, you also mentioned you had siblings.
Yes.
Right? So
yes.
Talk to us about your siblings and what they do as well. We already kind of know a little bit what you do.
Okay.
Tell us about that.
So I have other siblings. My oldest brother, he is a MC / entrepreneur. He has a wellness company. It's called Ascent Blends, and he's like an all-around. He's just like the muscle of the family. I can use that term for him. Like he's just the one that pretty much took the risk for us to be able to do what we're doing today. And I have my sister. She is a producer on top of also my manager, and on top of everything else she does. And she has a production company, and it's the name of it is like A Like Minds Dying Production. And she has worked with different companies such as VT, Revolt, just all type of people. And then she, created her own company, and she's really great. And then I have my brother, and she's also I don't know if I said that. She's an entrepreneur too. And then my brother, he is a lyricist as well, MC LG Javine, and he is also an entrepreneur. He has his own company, and the name of his company is Living and Growing. And he does all type of incredible things. He makes amazing music, and he's also just a visionary. So I don't want to speak on too much that he has going on that's upcoming, but it's like he's good at reinventing himself. So I'll just say that. Yeah.
Awesome. So since we realize that you guys are all creative, do you feel any pressure coming from such a creative family?
It's crazy because I feel like yes and no. Yes, because I feel like we're all, I don't think that it's never been competition between us because we were all raised so close together. But it's more of like the pressure from each other to like be better. Like we're always constantly like challenging each other to like be better. Whether that's in every aspect of life, whether that's business, personal, relationships, whatever. It's always like a challenge to just do better than the day before. Like, and it's like we each other's crutches, to be honest with you, and not enablers at all. Like when you wrong, you wrong. And when you right, you right, but it's also like you can do it. Like you can really do, it sounds cliche, but it's like we really tell each other you could do like whatever you want to do. Like for real.
So you feel more supported versus
Oh yeah.
Under pressure.
Yeah, I feel it's definitely like support over pressure because it's just I gotta keep talking about my parents, but it just was what was instilled in us. Like it's not it's deep. Like it's deep. It's not like if we get into fights because we fought a lot. But it's like if we get into fights and stuff with each other, it's no you walking outside to play with your friend. It's like you're not going outside until you make it right with them, or you're not talking to nobody. So we grew up like that. Like it's no, oh you can fight them, but then you going in somebody else's face. Like that is just not how it was in my home. Like growing up in the household. So I think that type of discipline and that type of love that you instill in kids, it makes you, we can go further, but it does something for your your mental. Like it does something.
In your opinion, do you believe growing up with both parents, you may have had an advantage over people that don't?
Dang, that's a tough question. Because I can only speak from coming from both parents. I feel like, I don't even know if I want to call it an advantage. I just think, well, I guess that's what it is. I guess it kind of sort of is an advantage, but I just feel like it's more of you get to see both dynamics. Like, it's not just your mom trying to be both people because she has to be. Or it's not just your dad raising because they have to be. I think it's just, I don't know, advantages sound bad, but I guess it is, I think that coming from it wasn't perfection. I have to stress that. Like it was not peaches and cream, but it was also not just rain and clouds all day. It just was a balance, like, I think.
Understood.
Yeah.
So back to you, what are you particularly up to now? What you got going on?
So now I have a company, it's Jade 1991. That's my art company, and I do a lot of different things underneath that company, which is art direction. So I work with different productions, whether I'm doing set design, that's just designing the set, or giving art direction to whoever needs it. I help different brands. Like I'm kind of like a secret weapon for people, to be honest with you, if I could sum it up. When somebody wants a vision, I just get called on to come in and give that my expertise. And I'm also a visual artist, so I'm always working on something new, literally always creating something. I'm a singer as well, so I released my first EP, Outside Playing, in August of 2021. It was distributed through the Blueprint Group distro. That's who I'm connected with. So and I'm just trying to continue to globalize my talents and my gifts, and really just take it all away. Like not just for fun. Like nothing I do is a hobby. Like I don't do art for fun. I don't do music for fun. I don't, this is my livelihood. So I take it so serious, and it's like I'm gonna go all the way with it. Yeah.
All right. So if you could go back in time, what message would you give to your younger self now?
If I could go back to my younger self, and I would tell myself to not take life so serious and like just be easier on myself, because I was always my worst critic and my biggest critic, like with every single thing, with every aspect of my life. So I feel like I would say just take it easier and just know that it's gonna work out in the end. Like you're gonna make it, to where you're trying to go. You don't have to be so like serious all the time, and just so hard on yourself. So yeah, take it easy, little Jade.
Only in New Orleans.